Looking for stories that are fresh and new? Dark fantasy, humor, space exploration, time travel, cyberpunk, alternate history, and more. They're in the L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future anthology from 24 award-winning authors and illustrators, plus art and writing tips and bonus stories. L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future. Buy your copy at galaxypress.com, Amazon, or wherever books are sold.
Looking for something new in dark fantasy, humor, space exploration, time travel, alternative history? They're in the L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future anthology. Get the 10-volume box set with 159 stories and full-color illustrations plus 34 articles with writings and art tips. Get the UPR discount, $125 for the entire box set. That's a $60 savings for that beautiful box set. L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future. Go to uprntalkradio.com, click on the link, and place your...
Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the show, the Sunday night edition, Into the Night with Sean Kelly. How is everybody doing today? I want to congratulate the Kansas City Chiefs on beating the Baltimore Ravens today, 17-10. So Kansas City Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. I am on UPRN Talk Radio 105.3 Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans. But they're pretty close together, and so kind of like the numbers are like kind of crazy and stuff like that. But I don't know. Tonight it is going to be a show of about anything. It's a question and answer night tonight. So if you have any questions that you want to put into the chat room, feel free to do so. We can answer them. And I also want to talk about, a really sad thing that happened today down in Virginia Beach. I want to talk about that for a little bit, and then remote viewing and whatever comes to my mind. I will definitely pull the cards tonight before I get out at the end of the show. But to start it off, okay. Hi, Virginia. Good to see you. How am I? I'm doing okay, Virginia. I'm doing okay. I was a little shook up this morning. First thing I did when I wake up at 4:15 in the morning is I turned and I kind of like watch TikTok, okay? And the first thing that came on TikTok, well, it wasn't good. Someone took a video of a car driving off the end of a fishing pier. Okay, and it just wasn't good. Who knows what went on with the driver? Who knows who was in the car? I don't know, but to do that live in the morning, yes, it was terrible, Virginia, very much so. And I'm thinking to myself, has it gotten to the point to where life gets hard for people, Now, I do have a little bit I have mental illness, and I don't want you to feel sorry for me because I know I'm dealing with it the best that I can. But I just look around, and when I saw that incident happen on the beach, on the pier down in Virginia, it kind of shook a nerve into me. Now I know our world is effed up now. It really is. It's pretty bad. You know what I mean? And it just seems like there's just a lot of evil out there. And I don't want to say evil people. There are evil people out there. Of course there are. But I'm just saying, it's just like one big gray cloud that just surrounds the whole world. All the crap that's happened in the government, all the, you know, um, the government versus Texas, and there's not one nice happy thing in the news this time around. You know what I mean? And today is a Sunday show, um, and that's my laid back show. You know, but today it just wasn't laid back. It wasn't a laid back day. I go into work and all hell breaks loose at work for no reason at all, and people are at each other's throats, screaming, yelling. Now, what is causing all this negativity? Virginia says there are a lot of good people in the world. They don't share those stories. That is true, Virginia. But you know what's crazy about that, Virginia, honestly, is that I don't see no good stories at all. I don't see any. I just see the bad. This, and that's true. The good ones don't make the headlines, but as a personal, actually seeing it, you know, with me in my everyday life. But, and God bless people. They do exist, yeah, and I'm sure they do. But kudos to the people that have that kind of stuff. That got at least some happiness. But it was just a real bummer today, man. It was a real bummer. It was. Well, I'm glad you see a lot of good. I really do. And you know what? It was crazy about that, Virginia. It's good that you see the good, but you know what? I try to find it, but it just doesn't seem to happen to me. But you know what? That's something I have to work on with me. You know what I mean? And thank you. Thank you for that, Virginia. Thank you. But I do take medications, and I do what I have to do for myself. And whenever I get the time and I have the opportunity to help somebody, I jump on that. I'm blushing. Can you see the red in my face? Thank you, Virginia. But if I ever had the opportunity, and when I get the opportunity, I'd be more than happy to help people. Because believe it or not, out there's a lot of people that need help. If it's just a smile on their face, put a smile on their face. Or, buy them a cup of coffee, buy them a dinner, something. Or just sit with them and listen. That's why I say that at the end of my show all the time. I'm saying, if you see somebody hurting, sit with them, But people are so tired that they just don't want to do it. And it's like they ignore them. I've seen that happen. They just ignore them. It just boggles my mind. I know growing up, man, it was great. It really was. It was great growing up, man. I mean, we had our hard times, and we had our. Virginia says people are afraid, and I can understand that, and I can see that, But sometimes you have to be unafraid to go up and do something good for somebody. But growing up, I'm telling you, we had our bad times, and whatever we got, and we were grateful for it. We were grateful, you know. And you'll hear a lot of old timers say, um, if I ever talk back to my mom, I'd get my ass whipped, and that's true. But today, people can do that. Kids can do that to their parents. So what and I'm not judging no parents at all. I don't want to judge anybody, but life was a lot better back then. And it has completely changed. You went from having nothing to something that you got, that you did get something. And people either are rude or they just do not want to share, you know? A friend of mine told me one time, and I truly, truly believe this, okay? I truly believe that, you came into this world with nothing, right? And then you're going to leave this world with nothing. And you're going to be buried in the same 6 foot, hole in the ground. Everybody will be, you know? For the longest time, I have said on my show, I pray for one day before I die. I pray for one day that everybody would get along with everybody. No wars, no fighting, no screaming, no yelling. Just everybody be okay with everybody. And I believe that. Now, people might say, oh, Sean, you're crazy. You ain't going to see that. You ain't going to hear that. But you know what? I pray that it will happen. Virginia says, I see good and bad, but I'm seeing good outweighing the bad just in my world. And that's beautiful, Virginia. God bless you. I'm glad you have a good world, and I think everybody has a good world. Yes, me too. I'm a big optimistic too. But I pray that one day that's going to happen, you know. Um, and I do believe, I don't know, I just feel like it's going to happen. You know what I mean? But, life is life, I guess, you know. You go on and you go to work. But that's just it, Virginia. I don't watch the news. I can't do it. I can't watch the news anymore. It's so damn depressing. You know what I mean? Yes, they do focus on the bad. I guess it sells, bad sells. But take, for instance, that's happening down in Texas, okay? Um, they just want to protect their state. You know what I mean? They want to protect their state, and they're not. I mean, the government don't want that to happen. It's all over the news. Everywhere you go, you hear about it. I'm tired of hearing about it. So whenever I see it, I, scroll away from it. But it's not fair. It's not the United States of America. It's not. The United States of America means a lot. I served from 1981 to 85. And I'm proud of my flag. I really am. I'm really proud of my flag. I'd fight for my flag now. But people just want to shit on it. They don't believe in it. By damn, honestly, if all these people out there, all the Vietnam War veterans, all the Korean veterans, all the World War One and World War II veterans, okay, they fought and they died so you can have freedom of speech, that you can have a constitution. They fought and they died. Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan. I mean, come on. And you just want to do your little protest and glue your hands down on the cement? Nah. But that's news, and it's a bunch of hogwash. It's just really disgusting. Knowing that there are people out there today in this world that are doing the flag and they're burning the damn flag. You don't burn the flag. You are from the United States of America. You are. Be proud of it. Be proud of it. Fight for it. Virginia says it's a disgrace. Cindy Simpson says, thank you so very much for your service. You're welcome, hon. But I wish people wouldn't They want to just, have take guns out of people's hands. It's just, what the fuck is going on? Or excuse my language. It's just that bad. Just that bad. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Now I'll come back with the question: is it paranormal? Could be. Who knows? I know there's a ton of evil out there right now, ladies and gentlemen. A ton of it. And it is just feeding and feeding and feeding to where it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And they say good overpowers evil, but I'm telling you right now, there are good people, there are good energies, there are good, but it just seems like the evil just taken over. It's just taken over. And what can we do? What can we do? I continue fighting it. Oh, if you believe in God, God wins all the time. Yes. And then you get to the point where, okay, nothing's going right, and you put your head up on it, look up in the sky and say, God, where are you? Why is this good person dying? Why do all these bad people out there get away with murder? You ask yourself these questions, and I've asked these questions so many times. I have. I'm not lying to you. The other day I celebrated 33 years of sobriety. 33 years, and I wouldn't have done it without the help of my higher power, who I will tell you is God. Thank you, Virginia. So all this faith that we need, all this faith, we need to be better. But you know what? I can talk to you guys until I'm blue in the face. But we have to do something about it. Because eventually this evil is just going to take over the world. And then we're screwed. It's going to happen. If we don't do nothing. What's it all about? Money? Of course it's money. Of course it's money. Of course it's power. Of course it is. All of that. So what? I'm retiring in 6 years, and I'm buying a van, and I'm getting the hell out of Pittsburgh, and I'm going to travel. And wherever I go, I go. But I will still keep sharing the faith. I will still keep sharing the goodness. Virginia says you change the world by being the best person you can be, and that's true. I know, I've made a lot of people smile, and Virginia has made a lot of people smile, and Cindy, she has done it. Everybody has done it. Just to get one smile off us. It's all you need. And for that very second, that like millimeter second, whatever you want to call it, they're happy. But then again, you know what? And it's just like it's over in 5 minutes. 5 minutes, it's over. And they go back to being who they are, wondering, what did he want? Or what did she want? Cindy Simpson said, exactly, we can keep being positive. Virginia says, you have no idea until you meet God how you made a difference to people for real. True. But, I always go back to what I tell everybody who is having a hard time. And I tell them everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. And that's the optimistic person in me, because I believe that everything will be. And it will happen. But it just seems like there's just like the evil, the dark is just coming down on people. It's coming down on this world. No one does not need to deal with that. Look what's going on in the church. I had a show about the church a couple weeks ago. I won't step into a church. The only time I step into a church is when I'm by myself and nobody's around. No, that's it. Of course, you have to stay positive, Virginia. Of course you do, and pray. But it just gets to the point where you can't be positive all the time. You just can't. People look at you like you're nuts. But I understand where you're coming from, Virginia. And that's cool. If you can stay positive, great. But you just go out and you talk and you share and you do what you can, go to a food bank, something like that, whatever. And you just keep doing that and doing that and doing that. And you just feel so good. Right? You just feel so great. Then the very next morning you wake up and it's gone. And you try to get positive and you try to stay positive and you try to help people out. And all of a sudden someone craps on you and your day's done. Your day's done. At 8:30, I'm going to be taking, my minute and a half break, for the people who need to go to the bathroom and get something to drink or something like that. But I want to close this segment of the show with, can everybody just be happy? 1 minute, 2 minutes. And try to break down that evil, that real evil, nasty black cloud that surrounds us. Let's give it a shot and see what happens. All I know is that I can keep trying and trying and trying and doing and doing and doing. And this is only me, everybody. I'm not talking about anybody else but out here. But as long as I keep trying to make it better, I'll be okay. It might get tiring and it might, go craziness. But one thing I have learned through all of this is that I have to take care of myself before I can take any care of anybody else. So in the second segment of the show, I'm going to talk about remote viewing. Does anybody have any questions out there or answers? Feel free to ask. Cindy says, my smoke break. Yes, we can break down the evil. There you go. There you go, Cindy. It's good to see you guys in the room. It really is. I'm glad to have people coming in so I can share the word. But I know that everything will be okay. And I'll keep saying that. In fact, you know what? I might just put that on my headstone. Everything will be okay. Yes. What do you think? What do you think? Yes, definitely. Okay, so now I am going to go into my minute and a half break, and I will see you guys in a minute and a half. Boom.
Looking for stories that are fresh and new? Dark fantasy, humor, space exploration, time travel, cyberpunk, alternate history, and more. They're in the L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future anthology from 24 award-winning authors and illustrators, plus art and writing tips and bonus stories. L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future. Buy your copy at galaxypress.com, Amazon, or wherever books are sold.
Looking for something new in dark fantasy, humor, space exploration, time travel, alternative history? They're in the L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future anthology. Get the 10-volume box set with 159 stories and full-color illustrations, plus 34 articles with writings and art tips. Get the UPRN discount, $125 for the entire box set. That's a $60 savings for that beautiful box set. L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future. Go to uprntalkradio.com, click on the link, and place your order.
Hey, welcome back to Into the Night with Sean Kelly on the Sunday night edition, and Virginia got to step out. Good night, Virginia. And I am on UPRN Talk Radio 105.3 Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans. And the first segment, I just was just sharing how I felt on the inside, and that's who I am. But I want to get a little bit more in remote viewing, okay? And a lot of people have come up to me and what is remote viewing? Well, when I was with Pittsburgh Paranormal Society, whenever we would do investigations, I would go in and kind of do an out of body or whatever, and go look out there and see who's around and stuff like that, and what spirits are hanging out. And then as time got on, I was getting too old for the deal. And so what I would do was somebody would call me and ask me like, who's in my house or what's going on. And what I do is I take a picture. I ask them to send me a picture of the room that they're talking about. And then I look at that picture, and then I go into a meditation type situation. And I don't leave my body all the time, but I kind of do it in my mind. And then I go and find out and check out and see what's going on, And sometimes it's crazy because I get calls the next day and they say, well, what the hell did you do? I said, what are you talking about? They'd say, well, you know what? I was having this problem, and now all the negative energy's gone. And it's just that I just go and I look and I see, and I work with my angels, and I work with, my spirit wolf, Lakota, And it just seems like a lot more easier than traveling so far away to go and check, the place out, or check the people out. And I know a lot of remote viewers too, you know what I mean? And they're good. And it works. It really does. So if anybody ever tries to tell you that, there's no way in hell you can, get rid of something or clear a house doing it remotely, you can, because it happens. Now, to be honest with you, it didn't happen to me overnight. Okay. I really worked hard, and, went through the ordeals that I needed to learn to do it. So remotely, it does work. Does anybody out there have any questions that they would like to ask? Maybe talk about what's going on in your life, and maybe we can talk about what's going on with you. Feel free to throw one in there, and then maybe we can talk about it. You know what I mean? How was everybody's day? I'd like to get the chat room going a little bit, but it's just really crazy that I was being a Debbie Downer today. Sorry for any Debbies out there for saying that, but I don't know. How about ghosts? Is there a ghost outside or inside your place? There's a lot of questions I would like you to ask if you want to ask them. You know what I mean? If you want to know a little bit about me, feel free to ask the question. I'll come out and tell you. I don't hide everything. I don't need to hide anything because I know who I am. So please feel free. I like to fish. Hey, Tommy Miller, it's about time you got your butt in this. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. How are you doing today, buddy? Good to see you. But yeah, that's my friend Tommy Miller. He's been watching my show, oh my God, since I've been going for almost 5 years now. It's so good to see people, and Cindy and Tom, But I like, a little bit about me. I like to fish. I got a son. He was there in Indiana, and I'm a meat cutter. I've been hunting ghosts for over 30 years. And been in the paranormal for over 30 years. And so it's just like, wow. It's just like, wow. Okay. I don't know. I just lost my train of thought. Come on. And I'm just getting messages, and they're positive messages is what they are, which is good. So how's everybody doing tonight? Okay. I hope everybody, but and hey Kelly, good to see you. Kelly Genovese. Hi, Kel. I just wanted to say thank you. You cleared my house in Charleroi close to 20 years ago. I am forever grateful to you. Thank you. Thank you for that. I remember that too, Kel. I do remember that. Tommy Miller says, not sure if you talked about it lately, but what are your thoughts on the UFO sightings that have been happening so much lately? We talked about it maybe about 2-3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. But yeah, it is kind of strange that there are a ton. Good to see you too, Cal. Very good to see you. But with the UFO action, I do believe that there was a lot of UFOs that's been happening like the last 2 or 3 days. Now, who knows what's happening? It's just interesting. Like I keep telling people on my show, it's like I'm going to do a UFO investigation. I'm going to check it out, see how it is. But they're here, and they're always going to be here, buddy. That's the way I look at it. And like a lot of people are, well, they're going to come down and invade us, and they're going to kill us, and we're going to do that. All this, and they're going to do that. And I don't believe that's going to happen, because if they actually wanted it to happen, then it would have happened. Do I believe that they're actually working with the Air Force? Good to see you too, Kel. Yes, I do believe they're working with the government in the military. I do believe that. And you know what? That's okay. They do what they have to do. The government or the aliens. What bothers me the most about it, Tommy, is that the military does not come out and share more information about it. And I think it's kind of ridiculous, but you know what? It all comes down to the monies. You know what I mean? Um, but you know, it's funny, Tom. Whenever there's a ton of UFOs, there's also a lot of Bigfoot sightings. So my friend Michael, he was on with me one time on the show, and he said that this one guy saw an alien with hair on it. You know what I mean? On it, and he's like, so could the Bigfoot be an alien? You know, who knows? Who knows what's going on? But it seems like everybody's leaving the room now, and I must be really, trying kind of like depressed and shit like that. And I'm sorry, but that's how I feel like today. You know what I mean? It's my show. It's my show. And I didn't mean to come over like that. But hopefully Tuesday I'll have a better show than I did today. I think today's show went pretty good. You know what I mean? So far, I just got into that mode where something really seriously happened today down at Virginia Beach, and it bothered me all day. It really did. Do I miss clearinghouses? Yes, I do miss clearinghouses. Do I miss the paranormal investigations? I do. I do miss it. I do miss going out on a Saturday night and going with, my K2 meters and my cameras and stuff like that. I do miss it. And it's like I so want to get back into it again. And I know I can. And I probably will. But I'd probably, like a lot of people say, well, you're just taking a break. And at the time that they were telling me that I was taking a break, I really wanted to retire from this crap. But I can't, because I put too much into it. I put too much into the paranormal film, And when I hear something nice, what Kelly said, I just wanted to say thank you. You cleared my house in Charleroi close to 20 years ago. I am forever grateful to you. Thank you. And it little things like that really touch my heart. Really touch my heart. But I do want to share this one investigation when I did. I don't know if I did or not, but I'm going to tell you anyway. This was like about 10, 12 years ago. And what happened was over here on the north side of Pittsburgh, I got an email from a lady saying that her little daughter is seeing ghosts. And she was a young mom. The girl was like 3 or 4, and she was pretty nervous. But the backstory behind it was her daughter was playing in her room. Okay. Her daughter was playing in her room. And so the mom couldn't hear her playing. So the mom went up to her room. She opened up the door, and the little girl says, you know what? Turned around, looked at her mom and said, hi, this is my friend Johnny. And Johnny wasn't there. No, it's a true story. And what happened from there was she called us up, and then we went over there. And there was a bad ghost in that house. Even though you're not like dead or to be in the spirit, but you still control whenever you're not a spirit. You know what I mean? And long story short, took care of the bad spirit, and then everything was cool after that. And so what happened was 5 years ago, I got an email from the lady, and she told me thank you for doing what she did for me and my daughter. And that kind of like made me feel good. So yes, everybody, I am definitely getting back into the paranormal field. I'm going to still do my podcast. Yes, there are nights that I have a bad night. Tonight's one of those nights, but I have a lot more good nights when I do, So that's where I'm at in a nutshell. Whoever got anything out of this tonight, God bless you. And if you didn't, that's okay. But I do want to thank everybody who had come in and listened. Hey, Tony Sabellas, there's my buddy from Texas. What's up, my friend? Tony's a good dude, man. He's a very good investigator, and his wife has like a store where you can buy rocks at. And Tony, if you want to put in, her Facebook page in order for people to go see her, all the stuff that she has, and you can go from there. But you can come to the forest. Why, thank you, sir. Okay, Tony talks about this forest down in Texas, and I've had him on the show 2 or 3 times already, and he talks about this forest. And you know what? I am going to go to that forest. Give me 2 years, Tony. I'll be down there. In fact, I'll take a 2-week vacation, my friend, and I will definitely come down, and I'm ready to go. Maybe I'll be swallowed up into a portal. I'm just joking, but I'd just like to experience. I did see your daytime show when you were going through the forest, and it was pretty awesome. It looks like a cool place to go to. You know what I mean? But so I'm glad. But yeah, so I am going to get back into it. And I'm looking forward to it. But it's not just going to be on Ghost. It's going to be on Bigfoot. It's going to be on aliens and stuff like that. And whatever comes, I'm going to, it's just like, wow, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for this year coming up. I just looking forward to it. Now, see, the first half hour, I was sad, but now I'm picking up and getting lively now because, Kelly came in and my friend Tony was here and Tommy came in and Cindy was here and Virginia. It was pretty cool. I do believe that there's no such thing as coincidences, and everything is, there's a reason behind it. And maybe there was a reason why the first half hour, it wasn't so, I wasn't so gloom and doom. But now it's like I'm picking it up, Am I depressed today? Yeah, I am extremely depressed, and I'm tired. Thank God I got the day off tomorrow. That's all I can say. This Tuesday coming up for my show, I don't know what I want to talk about. Maybe I can find a guest of some sort. And I'll have something. It's just been like one of them crazy weeks, and we'll see where it goes from there. But I really do hope that you do come and watch my Tuesday night show. Okay. Because I really enjoy seeing everybody there. I really do. And who knows? Maybe I'll do a live somewhere, for a show. Or you know what? Like I told you guys before, I was a producer for a show me and my friend Marty Patterson, put together, and it was called Raw Fear. And maybe I'll just put one of those on. They're only 53 minutes long, I think. So it just give me enough time, to put one of those shows on. But eventually, what my whole deal, what my goal is, okay, real quick, okay, with Raw Fear, we took like a lot of kids. I call them kids because they were way, way younger, 18, 19s, and they never did paranormal investigations. But what the deal is with it, right, is that it was a 13 show deal. And I'll tell you what, after the 13th show, I could put those kids up against anybody out there in the paranormal field and they would kick some butt. And that's the truth. So my goal is to at least get 3 people, find a haunted place in Pittsburgh and film it and put it on TV again. It's not so much for the notoriety of being a paranormal investigator, but my whole thing with Raw Fear was um, was to show people on TV what an investigation really is. I remember our second show we made. We didn't get no evidence at all, none. But I played it. We played it on TV just to show people that not on all investigations that you're going to be getting, some kind of information, or you're going to get some beautiful ghost or any type of evidence. You know what I mean? So it's like I want to do that. That's my goal for this year, is to put 1 2-hour show on, find a couple people, and find a haunted place, and maybe we'll take Tommy Miller with us. That would be pretty cool. And maybe Kelly, she'd like to hang around and do it. But that's my plan. That's one of the goals that I have set for myself for this year, and it's going to happen. And if it works out, and then you know what, I'll do it again. But it's not like what you see on TV on those shows. It's not what you're going to see. What you're going to see on my shows is live investigating, just plain live investigating, with the cameras, with the equipment. We might get something, we might not. So it's all good. I think it's going to be okay. Wow, I just got this burst of energy. I don't know where it came from. Maybe someone out there said a couple prayers for me or something like that, or, gave me some good energy. Anthony Sabella says, no, it's not yes. That's why I like doing live. Cool. Tony's the best, man. I like doing lives. And you know what, Tony? I'm going to be doing a lot more. I think I'm just going to go into my Pittsburgh Paranormal Society and do little 30-second ones, what they call them, shorts. I don't know. But I really need to get back on this. I just can't. I just need to really, really, really get back into it. But it is 48 minutes since we've been on the TV. And what I'd like to do is pull the 3 cards, and everybody knows, please, at home, wherever you're listening to, pull out your pencil and pen, and I'm going to give you 3 cards. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 cards, and we are going to give you a little reading here. All right. So you know the first card I pull is in your past, and the second one is in your now, and the third one is your future. So after I do this reading and after the show is over, please go Google it and find out what those animals mean in your life today. See if everything's cool with it and stuff like that. If it helps pertain to your life. So the first card I'm pulling is a spider. Okay, that's your past card, the spider. The second one, which is your now card, is a swan. Ooh, you lost me. It's a swan. And the third card, this is the first time. Ooh, where we at? The alligator. Yeah, so we had the spider in the past. We had the swan, is that right? The swan in the now, and the alligator in the future. So that are your 3 cards for tonight. It's getting close to the witching hour, and I don't know. I think there's another show on right after me. I'm not sure if that starts in February or not. But everybody, thank you for listening into the show tonight. Thank you for listening to me do my little rant at the beginning. If you can, please, if you can say some prayers for the family of the people or person who drove that car off the fishing pier in Virginia. Please pray for them. Please pray for that soul that happened to. And if you see somebody that's hurting, go over and say hello, or just sit with them. You know, you don't have to talk to them, just sit there. If you give them a smile, hopefully they'll smile back. And that's what's going to make this world a better place. Is people helping people. You know, I'm going to do it. I'm going to continue doing it. But we'll see where it goes. And children, if you can, please go to your parents, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. And parents, please, if you can, give your children a hug and tell them that you love them. And if you don't have no children, if you have no kids, okay, find somebody to give them a hug. Just give them a hug. You don't have to tell them that you love them, but inside your heart you could say it. So it's been an amazing show tonight, and I'm glad everybody stopped in. Thanks, Tommy. Have a good night. I'm glad people stopped in and listened to the show. And life is going to be okay, I guess. I know. I have to say, I know. It's been a weird show tonight, but you know what? We got through it. We got through the hour. Everything's okay. And good night, everybody. And see you Tuesday night.